Hi, water signs. How are you? This is your reading for June 2020 for my water signs. So if you're a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is your reading. As always with my readings, I'm gonna start with your meditation. So this is your meditation for the month. I need to look here. This is your meditation for the month, water signs, and I am going to read it out for you. This is for your brow chakra or your third eye chakra. Excuse me. Mind Lake Meditation. Finding inner silence. Picture your mind as a lake. The water may be choppy and clouded. These waves are your thoughts. Do not try to drive them away, as this will only turn the water up more. Instead, calmly focus on your breath. Gently let the ripples subside and observe as the water becomes clear and still. Finding inner peace. That's your meditation for the month, and it feels like this month is all about you finding that inner peace. Whatever has been happening, it may have been, you ever feel like those times when your mind just cannot shut up? Do you have those days? I know I do. Maybe it's been a very long time, or recently your mind has been like that as well, that it just cannot shut up. Not even when you're sleeping. It's a lot troubled, is the word that comes to mind. So this month is all about finding that inner peace and that inner silence, basing from this meditation alone. So if you have been feeling like your mind is troubled or your mind is too noisy, then you may want to work with this meditation. So the next card is this. This is Sakura card. Ooh! It's the Little. Jumping off of the message that I got from your meditation, water signs, I also feel like with the Little, you have been strangely nitpicky for I don't know how long, but maybe you have been like that as a person, or maybe it's been a recent development, but you have been I feel like just looking at the little things a bit too much. It's either that, or another image just came to mind, is that everything feels super big and overwhelming to you. The little is you. You are a little. You're a little person. You feel like you're a little person in comparison to everything that's been happening around you, or everything that's been happening in your life recently. They may feel like just larger than life, and that's why your mind is troubled and noisy. Did I say noisy and overwhelming, and it's because everything just feels so big and so high stakes, and you feel like you're just a little person, and if you have been feeling that way, then again it goes back to you may benefit from doing the meditation, or just doing meditation in general. If you're not in the practice yet, I highly recommend it, and just allowing your thoughts to calm down and to subside the way that the meditation talked about. Yeah, so let's see what your overall reading is. So the reading is that you have a central and a crossing energy, and then I picked out some cards for your internal self and some cards for some external things that may be happening for you, and of course advice. And then after this big reading, I'm gonna ask for one card for each of you, for each of the signs within the water sign subset, and just go to that part in order to get the more again, more personal message for the Cancers, the Scorpios, and the Pisceans, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. So let's begin. Your central energy for the month of June is Judgment. Ooh. It feels like you're waiting on something big. Or, yeah, you're waiting on something big. And it kind of feels like, oh, that's why things feel so overwhelming for you recently. It's because something big is about to happen, or you're expecting something really big and high stakes to happen, and you're just sitting there in anxiety. You're like in worry, wondering what the result of this thing is going to be. And it feels like this month is going to be the time when, just like with what the Judgment card says, that it's like the light is going to come finally, and you're finally going to get your answer. And it's like, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, at least I'm going to be finally able to breathe. It is the message that I'm getting from this. Let's see what your crossing energy is before I make any hasty things. Page of Cups. Oh, it's you. You're the fish. Just kidding. I weirdly got the message of like this is like your call to action, water signs. This month is gonna be a call to action. And I'm getting this because with the Page of Cups, I suddenly saw an image of like a young little person. Just not really young in terms of age, but young in terms of like experience with the world, or like expertise. And suddenly this young person is being called by spirit to do something more. To suddenly, it's like you were a pauper and then one day you just became king. It's that type of what the hell just happened. And it feels like you're being pushed to this direction because you're ready. Maybe you don't know it because you're just a little person and big things scare you. You know, big responsibilities scare you because you don't know if you can handle that big of a responsibility. Spirit saying you can. Whatever this is about, you're able to take on more responsibility, take on kind of like a more leadership role in a sense, even if you don't feel like it. And I'm also getting the sense of, yeah, that's why we're telling you that you're ready now, because all that quality of you is also going to work for your advantage for this thing that we want you to do. And so this month, yeah, really feels like a call to action. It's what I'm getting here. So yeah, Spirit is gonna come in like you know, like this photo, this image of the angel. I like laughed because I suddenly got an image of like Spirit slamming open your door with like the loudest like pots and pans and being super loud. Wake up, it's time for you to do the thing. Like, what? And you're like in that half asleep, half awake uh sense. You're like half asleep, half awake, and then you're just like, what is going on? Yeah, you're doing the thing now. Come on, get up, let's go. And then you're just like, what? And then things just feel super overwhelming. But then you can do it. And for some reason, you've also been waiting for this opportunity. Like, you're scared that what if it actually happens? But then low-key, you're also like, I kind of wish that this happens. It's really loud here. Not here in my room, but like outside. Anyway, so yeah, it just feels you being like, this is completely overwhelming, but you also kind of know that this is gonna happen. Or you've gotten the sense of maybe it is going to happen, but you just weren't expecting it. It's just something that you didn't really expect will happen, but it did. It will happen, and maybe it's already happening. Maybe you've already gotten that call to action, or maybe you've already gotten that nudge of, hey, by the way, this is gonna come up. You better be ready. We know you're not ready, but like, just be ready. Let's see what like different areas in your life, what's happening for them for June. So we'll start with your mind. Death. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's just the image is just, oh, it's death. It is overwhelming. I'm not saying that, you know, it's not like it's gonna be hard. It's definitely gonna be hard. It's like you're suddenly being called to a different place. You're suddenly being called to move like hundreds of kilometers away from where you are right now. You're suddenly being given all of these different responsibilities that you can delegate them, but they're still your responsibility. So now it's just like, it's your mind is just going through all of this processing, essentially, because it's like, it's the death of the old you, and you know, a new you being birthed, or you're being rebirthed into a new role in your life, or a new standing. And yes, it is overwhelming. It I don't know how many times I've said overwhelming, but it feels like a very overwhelming month for you, because there are a lot of things that it's like, oh, okay, so I can't do this anymore, and then I have to do this now, and I have a lot of things that I need to do now, and maybe it's like, maybe you've been suddenly promoted to at work, right? And it's like, it's a thing of, oh, like, you've been doing like hard work, but then, and you want to have that recognition, right? I mean, we all do. We wanna be praised for doing a good job, of course. So you've been doing the hard work, and you want to be praised. You want your salary to go up. Maybe your bosses will like recognize you and praise you for doing a good job, for being an asset to your company. And you got that, but you didn't just get that. You got like a promotion, like to like, you skipped a step, you like accelerated to the next step. Or maybe you got a promotion. It feels like a very like huge leap from your current position, and now you have all of these responsibilities. You're suddenly responsible for other people's outputs as well. Maybe you're handling a team now, and then now maybe you have to move to move to a new place, like somewhere closer to your work. And then perhaps there's also all these other personal issues that are happening all together. And it's like, why suddenly now? What the hell is going on? And yeah, everything feels overwhelming, and your mind is just like processing so many things, like a million things all at once. Know that this is happening for you because you are ready to face this. And yes, it is overwhelming, but at the same time, I am a huge believer that the universe, spirit, God, whoever it is that you believe in and that you work with, or you just work with yourself, you or they will not give you something that you cannot handle. And so all of these may be overwhelming, but you have that capacity and that strength and that ability to be able to calm yourself and center yourself. This is your meditation. You have that ability to do that, and you have the ability to rise above and fulfill all of the things that are given to you successfully. Maybe right now, or maybe when this happens, yeah, it's gonna be overwhelming. It's gonna take you a while to kind of get your footing back evenly again, but it is going to happen. So I'm just here to give you that comfort, just to let you know that yes, this month may be overwhelming, but it's gonna be good for you, and you're gonna go through this, or you're going through this, because this is what is the best next step for you. Body, let's see what what the cards have to say about your body. Ooh, Page of Wands. Just keep constantly checking in with your physical energy. Keep constantly checking in, and like, okay, are we good? You wake up in the morning, you meditate, and that's like your way of checking in with your body. Are you good? What can you handle for today? What is your energy level for today? If you've heard of the spoon theory, like how many spoons do we have for the day? And it's just constantly checking in with yourself. Even I don't want, maybe not even like throughout the day, maybe not every hour, but like you check in with yourself in the morning, you check in with yourself at noon, and then you check in with yourself before you go to sleep. Like, how are you? How are your energetic levels? How are you holding up? How are you coping with all of these new changes? How are you? Just check in with yourself constantly, and just find that time to give back to yourself in order to replenish your energy stores. And that's with that's with like healthy food, that's with a decent amount of sleep, or a decent amount of rest, reasonable rest days, things like that, because that will keep you from getting too overwhelmed also physically. With all of these changes, you also need your body to be strong. I'm gonna do that. You need a strong body in order to power through all of these things. And that's what the Page of Wands is saying. Just keep constantly checking in with your energy throughout the month of June, and make sure that you're designating rest days and breaks in between all of the work and all of the mental processing that you have to go through as well. Spirit, what does Spirit have to say, or how is your spiritual health? Two of Swords. Again, meditation feels like a very good way for you to kind of help yourself cope and adjust at this time. But I'm also feeling this sense of, if you need help, you can ask Spirit, Source, God, the universe, your angels, your ancestors, whoever you're working with, you can ask them for help. You don't have to feel super like defensive, or you don't have to carry this all on your own. You can ask for help. If maybe like you're too embarrassed to ask help from actual people, maybe you can ask Spirit, or again, whoever it is that you're working with, you can ask them for help, and they will send the right people or the right circumstances that can help you go through this stage in your life. And again, don't be too proud to ask for help. You can definitely ask for help, and also when the help comes, know that you can absolutely accept it. You're not less of a person just because you're asking for help. And that's what makes us human, in our ability to help and be helped. That's a huge part of what makes us human beings as well. So don't be afraid to ask for help. If you need help, ask for it. Or maybe you can, in the morning, whenever you're checking in with your energy levels, you just say a small little prayer of, please help me throughout the day in whatever the day might bring, and see where it goes from there. So that is it for like the more internal personal stuff. I only have 2 cards for like the externals, and first up is your career or finance. So let's see what's going on there. Ooh, 4 of Pentacles. I had to think. You may be conserving a lot of your energy in terms of career here. I'm also getting like there's a lot of kind of fear-based situations. I'm gonna ask for another card. This one? It fell, so... 3 of Wands. So it feels like you're making big plans as well, and it definitely has your budget for this time definitely has a huge factor in the plans that you're making career-wise, or in your career moves. It's okay to be, it's okay to be more, to take more stock of your financial energy. It's okay to feel that, but it's also important to know that it's okay to not be super strict with like your budget, or with how you spend your money, because things are changing, and with changes happening, you can be I'm sorry with all of these changes in your life happening, it's not going to be surprising that your budget, or how you spend things, or how you manage your time, it's also going to change. And so don't be afraid of like putting it's like, because maybe everything is already in a spreadsheet, like, right? Or if it's not in a spreadsheet, like, at least you know where your money is going for the most part for every month. But now that all of these changes are happening, allow yourself to kind of put them back all in, and like rearrange them, and so that you can find another perfect balance of your time and your money and your energy and all of that happening you're able to like designate them or dedicate a place for them, where the percentages are more aligned towards this new thing that's happening for you. Again, everything is so overwhelming. I don't want you to the Four of Pentacles doesn't really want you to give yourself a harder time by sticking to the budget that you made 3 years ago, or sticking to the plans that you made 3 years ago, or staying in the same apartment because it's cheaper. If this huge change also brings in more abundance in terms of salary or money, then you can definitely change it up. You can definitely change where you live, or you can maybe afford to spend a little bit more. You can rework the way that you've been spending your money, spending your time, spending your energy. You don't have to keep yourself boxed in to this old like pattern of doing work and how you're spending your resources, just because it's what you've been doing for the past couple of years now. With this big change, there's also a call to change the way that you've been spending your energy. Essentially what I'm saying. Okay, relationships. So this is for any type of relationship, really. I just put in the intention for relationships for June. Apply this to any relationship that you may have. The Emperor. Maybe you're dealing with a fire sign, or like an Aries, because this is the Aries card. You're dealing, I feel like whoever either it's the Aries in your life, or the like strong masculine boss type person in your life, I'm feeling like there's gonna be progress in the way that the relationship dynamic has been with this person in particular, with this Aries or this fire sign, or just this strong bossy like, I'm not saying like bossy, but more of like boss type masculine type person, whoever that is in your life. Water signs, there's gonna be progress in your relationship dynamic with them. I'm gonna ask for another card. Oh, High Priestess. This was actually at the bottom of the deck before I asked for the Three of Wands. They really wanted to come out. So yeah, with the High Priestess, it's like it feels like there's whatever like connection this is, there's almost like spirit kind of guiding you two towards like a better like understanding of your dynamic, or a better just standing in your personal relationship with this person. I feel like for some of you, if this applies to you specifically, it's gonna bring like such relief that, oh, finally they understand. Finally, this is like, you may have been troubled with this relationship for the past, I don't know how many months now, but now it's just like, oh my gosh, finally, and at least this part is okay. I don't have to really, a lot of stuff has been overwhelming for me already, and now with this thing, finally it's like it's gonna get better. Okay, we're getting better. I don't have to also be so stressed out about this while everything around me is being stressful as well. So that's really good. Yeah, again, it can be an Aries or a fire sign in general, or whoever, just that like masculine boss type. powerful person is. So it may be like a father figure, or like your actual boss at work, or your partner, whoever that is. And finally, the last card in your big reading, water signs, is your advice. Woo! Two of Cups. I'm sorry if I be like, ooh, if I get like that, because I open the cards as I do the reading. I know that I don't show it, but I just lay the cards out face down when I start the reading, and then I just open them one by one. So I'm also like surprised. Yeah, again, similar with the spirit message that I got. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to like rekindle connections, especially if it's for the purpose of reaching out and asking for help. It's like maybe you and your friend haven't been talking for a while, just because of life. Maybe it's not really that you got into a fight, but then it's just life happening. So that's why you haven't talked in a while, but then you know that they're really good at something that you're not good at, that you need to be kind of getting knowledge on now, relating to all of this overwhelming stuff happening. And so don't be afraid to contact them. Yeah, and also just don't be afraid to reach out to people. Reaching out to the people and really connecting connecting with the people in your life, because these people, I feel like, are gonna be super super helpful in this transition. If they're not gonna be helpful in like the actual transition of like you knowing you needing to know something and them knowing that thing, so like you're gonna like get knowledge or some sort of benefit out of it. But it's also just like reconnecting with these people so that you stay sane all throughout this process. I feel like that's gonna be a good idea for you for this month. So don't be afraid, and don't be like super conscious about getting help from others. Okay? So that's your advice. And then I'm going to from my other deck ask for one more card each for each of the signs specifically, and let's see what the messages are. Here I already picked out cards for each of the water signs. So let's see what additional messages are for each sign. So this is for the Cancer people, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising people, the Lovers. I feel like, again, just emphasizing, that's the word I was looking for, emphasizing the call to like being able to connect again. So I feel like this month you're gonna be specifically called to connect, period. Connect with other people, connect with yourself. Again, I'm reminded of the general meditation for all of you water signs, but for you Cancer specifically, just connecting with yourself, connecting with other people, and connecting to spirit. I feel like, just the whole like, don't be afraid to ask for help. In a nutshell, that's for you specifically, I feel like. And just really, I'm just getting a sense of really going back to finding time to go back to the things that you enjoy, or that like fill your cup and give you happiness. Because this is the Lovers, but this is also, as you can see, the Six of Hearts or the Six of Cups. So it really feels like, for me, just going back to things that make you happy. Like, even if they're not necessarily related to whatever this whole situation is, right? Whatever changes are happening in your life, this may not be like super related, but if you can find the time to do things that make you happy, then that would be great. And again, it's just like keeping that connection open with yourself and with spirit, and also with other people as well. Scorpio. Scorpio sun, moon, and rising. Ooh, you have the 4 of Wands. Yeah, for this one, for you Scorpio people, I just feel like there's a lot of things to celebrate this month, especially in terms of home. Especially in terms of home and everything that you've achieved with regards to home. So whether that's the actual, like, the physical home, like maybe you moved houses or you just finished decorating, which is super, like, congratulations. And also, like, with your relationships at home, I just feel like there's a lot to celebrate there. So if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed with so many changes that are happening in your life, just remember that you also got through, like, a certain overwhelming chapter in your life with this, like, moving houses or decorating, or maybe just like figuring out your dynamic with your family. You went through a lot to, like, establish that, and now that it's at a stable place, you have a lot of things to celebrate. And also, like, make your home a sanctuary for you is also a message that I'm getting for the Scorpio people. And again, that's relating to your general reading, so that you don't get, like, super overwhelmed. Like, when you get home to rest. And finally, for Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Ooh. King of Pentacles. Just from the imagery alone, Pisces, I'm really feeling like you, like, for you specifically, meditation, the whole meditation bit is gonna be, like, super helpful. It's gonna be super helpful for you to meditate and to, like, really be still. Maybe out of all the water signs, your mind is maybe the most noisy in a sense. So really meditating and also just grounding yourself back to you. Aside from the meditation for your third eye chakra, which that's the meditation that we got for this month, meditating as well for your root chakras, I feel like is going to be super important for you. Just, like, grounding yourself back into your body, so that, because, you know, sometimes when we think, not we think, but, like, when there is so many things that are happening in our mind, like, all at once, and yeah, when we're feeling overwhelmed, panicked, anxious, we just kind of tend to forget that we have a physical body. And so just having that ability or that practice of going back into your body and feeling your body, doing things with your body, checking in with your body especially, I feel like that's gonna be very beneficial for you for this month. So if you don't have a meditative practice yet, I highly suggest it. But also just, like, doing things regularly that allow you to be physical, like exercise, or maybe cleaning your house, or dancing, or things like that. That's gonna be, like, super good for you for the month. And that's it. That is your reading, water signs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it resonated and I hope you liked it. Let me know what the story is in the comments below. I'm super excited to read if you would like to share it. And yes, I hope you liked it again, and I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a lovely June. You're gonna survive this June. I know you will. You guys are strong. And yeah, And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.